Good morning, ladies and gentlemen and students. First of all, welcome to the Electric City Trolley Museum. I know most of you have been here before, but I think you can see that this is one of the more interesting interpretive venues that we have in northeastern Pennsylvania, but specifically for Lackawanna County. We're very proud of this museum and what it says about our past, and as a harbinger of our future, it tells our story and what we intend to do as a county is to encourage historical tourism, which can be reached out to and touched in as palpable a way here in Lackawanna County between our coal mine tour, this facility, the very buildings and town that we are in, as well as through what I think is one of the most exciting historical tourism opportunities in this country, which is our trolley ride. We're here today to celebrate the Educational Center, and it is based upon the history of the trolley in Lackawanna County and Lackawanna Valley. As all of you know, this city is named the Electric City because it was the first in the country to have an electric trolley. And that traversed through the entire downtown up through to Naog Park. Our new ride and the start of our trolley development in Lackawanna County invokes that history, but also evinces the railroad history, the great railroading history of Lackawanna County. As you leave this area, see a cityscape that you don't have an opportunity to see by rail, and then see a natural brook and waterfalls that is part of Naog Park and our Roaring Brook tributary. Then going through the mile-long tunnel, which was an engineering feat undertaken over 100 years ago. And then back to beautiful wilderness and woodlands. And then finally you arrive at one of our most exciting and diverse developments, Montage, concluding that tour at Lackawanna County Stadium Complex. And of course, the terminus of the ride is our brand new storage and repair facility for our trolleys. But where it all starts is right here. And this museum is about 7 years old, Barb?
Yes.
And tells the story that you need to know before you go on that trolley tour and before you go out into the city. The exhibits that you're looking at today and that have been specially designed are for students in elementary school and middle school. There are individual learning stations, 5 of them, which our interpretive staff will see you through. There are 2 scavenger hunts revolving around these cute little booklets, which reinforce the historical information that children can have fun in learning here at the Trolley Museum. The educational materials were designed by students from the Career Technology Center of Lackawanna County, so it has been a true community effort. And the funding was provided through a grant from Lackawanna Heritage Valley Authority. I know Natalie Soffinelli, the executive director, is here. Natalie, thank you. And the Heritage Valley Authority, which works very closely with Barbara, who is our director of historic facilities, they're in charge of telling our story culturally, historically, and now, because that history and that culture involves heavy industry, involves mining, they are now in charge in many ways of devising our future in terms of our environment. There was no community that has been greater scarred, used, and maybe I will say abused, dare say, by coal mines and its remnants, by heavy industry, and now by landfills. And our Heritage Valley Center, working with other agencies of the county, including our sewer authority, our conservation district, our agricultural preservation board, are working to make sure that the story we tell is not only about our history, but is about a bright environmental future here in Lackawanna County. The following groups and individuals I want to recognize. First, Lackawanna Heritage Valley Authority and Natalie Soffinelli. Natalie, she was in the paper today. She's feeling good about her visit with the president. Comprehensive Consulting Services. They have developed the educational concepts here. Of course, the Career Technology Center instructors Gene Frick and Linda Narrow. Are they here? Okay. The Career Technology Center students. We have a couple of those students who worked on the project here. If you'd raise your hands so you could be recognized. We want to thank you. We appreciate it very much, and I think we could all see what a great job you did. The Lackawanna County Historical Society, Mary Ann Moran, for technical support involved with this exhibit. Where's Mary?
There she
Oh,
is.
there she is.
In the background.
You wallflower, you. I see you. Rich Foley and Mike Drumsta, Trolley staff, for the installation of this center. And we want to mention a couple of Career Technology Center attendees as well. Dr. George Ebert, the Assistant Director. I think George is here, am I correct? There he is. Dr. Ed Liba. There he is. He said he was only a visitor and we knew better. Vince Nallo, the Director of the CTC. I don't think Vince is here, but I know we've got enough representation. And Mary Lou Jennings, our interpreter. And I said if she can interpret me, she can interpret anyone. Oh, I'm sorry, I had the wrong name. I'm sorry, and I've met her before too. Jeannie Zubek?
Yep.
All right, Jeannie, thank you. Mary Lou, yes. As I'm looking at you, thank you. We have Barbara Colangelo here, and I want her to say a few words to discuss this new effort. And then, of course, I'd like to call on Natalie Soffinelli to make a couple comments on behalf of Heritage Valley. Natalie will never be a shortage of words. Go ahead, Barbara.
Thank you, Commissioner. Welcome, and thank you for being here this morning. We're very pleased with the center and the activities that were developed through Comprehensive Consulting Services. It tells the story of, as the Commissioner said, tells the story of Lackawanna Valley, but we're touching on the land, the industry, and the people. And the best thing about this is the educational materials were developed through standards for testing through the state, through PSSA standards. So we're very happy about that, and I think we're one of the first area museums that are going to be previewing that with the educational materials. Now, without further ado, we'll put Natalie at the mic. Thank you for attending. If you have any questions, you can see me afterward.
Hi, I want to thank you all for being here today and for helping us with this exciting project. As you can see, this is a great place for kids to come, and we're very proud of being the Electric City, and that's directly as a result of the trolley system. We have visitors coming from France in the next couple of weeks to see our area, and we're going to take them on a trolley ride to the stadium, because it's not only what you see here, but that you can walk out of here and actually ride the trolley, which is very exciting. So thank you so much, and I hope you'll continue to come and visit and bring your friends and the little ones with you. Thanks.
Thank you. This collaborative effort between Lackawanna County agencies, authorities, and staff has resulted in a great success. But one of the reasons that it is so exciting is the Career Technology Center and the students and their instructors who were involved. I want to re-thank you, or should I have just said thank you again? I want to thank you again for everything that you did and everything you brought to the table here. This is an important museum. Our history, taught well, is the guide to our future. And we're using it not just in an educational sense, but in a sense where we look to develop our economy based upon the successes of the past, avoid the failures of the past, but then move ahead because we know our history. So the work that these students and these instructors have done for us is absolutely critical to that mission. So your job today is not just education, and what you've done for us is not just educational. It is for jobs, it is for future, it is for economic development, it's for everything we stand for. So we want to thank you, and we want to give everyone who participated a round of applause.
Trolley car was the way that people traveled in the older days before the automobile. It's fully electrified, and it's basically a streetcar that ran from stop to stop under the power of 650 volts, direct current. And this is a part of history of Lackawanna County that we've been trying to recreate here. And I'd like to just tell you a little bit about the car that we're on. This car here was built in 1926 by the J.G. Brill Company of Philadelphia. And the whole idea here is to give people a sense of how you traveled in the 1920s and 30s and 40s, that this was the mode of transportation before the automobile. People got an electric streetcar, and that's how they got to work. And in this case, that's how they got to baseball games.
This car is what they call a two-man car. It's center door loading. Right now, these controls will control your doors. When this car ran on the Red Arrow line in Philadelphia, it was run by two men. The motorman worked on either side to control the car itself. The conductor sat in the middle section and greeted the passengers, took the fares, and controlled the doors.
Now, this car was used in the Philadelphia suburbs to bring people into the city and out of the city. And currently, right now, we're going to be restoring a Scranton car as we go along because we really don't have anything from right here in the area that we can run right now. But these cars were donated by the Buckingham Valley Trolley Association to us to run here on our line. And of course, Scranton ran the first electric streetcar, and hence the name the Electric City.
The straps you see up here are used for rigging up fares. That would mean two people came on, two fares. Okay, the other one in here is a signal to the motorman. Two rings mean forward ahead.
We continue to make efforts to refresh, make new, continue to make it exciting for people to visit again and again. And having the Scranton State School for the Deaf assist us with our career technology students makes this all the more special.
This project, the school was contacted by Barbara Coangelo, who is the director of the Steamtown Trolley Museum, and she contacted the school because she needed activity centers for elementary school tours in their children's room at the Trolley Museum. She had already put together a learning experience for the children, and we took that information and we created signs and activity centers for the children.
We had, in conjunction with Lackawanna Heritage Valley, it was grant, and they were funding our project and with the development of learning centers, 5 individual learning centers here in the museum, depicting the land industry and the people as part of the Heritage Valley's mission.
We're going to keep developing this museum. We have more space. One of the things we are concentrating on is developing the trolley ride. This tells and is a sort of a static display of the history of Electric City, the city of Scranton as a whole, and the trolley and the Laurel line and all the transportation issues. But we are looking eventually to get the trolley to go through the downtown Scranton. When Commissioner Munchak and I got in, we looked at how the trolley was configured and what it was attempting to do and what it was supposed to do, and we said it's got to have, not unlike the cable cars in San Francisco, it's got to have a transportation component to it for it to be sustainable over the long haul. So we want to develop, we've developed the downtown to Lackawanna County Stadium, now PNC Field. We developed that as part of the transportation component. We have tours and we have Electric City trolley rides to the baseball games now. We also want to now get it through the downtown, or at least a portion of the downtown, do a loop through the city so that people could use it to traverse downtown. And that's stage 2. It's very ambitious, but it's something that we're working with our federal delegation, particularly Congressman Kanjorski, to research whether it can be done and to get it done.
And that's what we're trying to create here and give the people a sense of their history and what took place here, and just the sheer enjoyment of the ride. It's a great experience, and if you get a chance to do it, you will love it.